If you've noticed your legs feeling weaker, slower, or less steady than they used to be, you are not alone. For many people, the legs are one of the first areas where strength loss becomes noticeable with age. It can be as subtle as finding stairs harder than before, needing to sit down more often while shopping, or realizing you're not walking as quickly as you once did. These changes can be frustrating, but they're also deeply important to pay attention to. Because strong legs are not just about movement, they are about maintaining your independence, your balance, and your ability to live life on your terms. Your legs are made up of some of the largest and most powerful muscles in your body. They carry your weight every day, stabilize you when you move, and protect you from falls. But like any part of the body, they need the right fuel to perform and recover. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at building and repairing muscle, which means that without the right nutrients, muscle fibers can gradually shrink and lose their ability to contract as powerfully as they should. This doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't have to be permanent. With the right foods, you can supply your muscles with exactly what they need to stay strong, flexible, and responsive. One of the most powerful ways to protect leg strength is to give your body high-quality protein in the right amounts, especially throughout the day. Your muscles rely on amino acids, the building blocks of protein, to repair tiny amounts of wear that naturally occur with use. If your diet is low in protein, your body may start breaking down muscle tissue to get those amino acids, leaving you weaker over time. Lean poultry, fish, eggs, and plant-based proteins like lentils or quinoa are excellent sources. When you eat them, you're not just feeding your stomach. You're giving your leg muscles the raw materials to repair and grow. The difference this makes can be profound. Within weeks of consistently providing enough protein, many people notice they have more energy when they stand up, or stability when they walk, and more endurance when they take the stairs. But protein alone is not enough. Your muscles also need healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids, which you can find in foods like salmon, sardines, walnuts, and flax seeds. These fats help reduce low-level inflammation in your muscles and joints. Inflammation can interfere with muscle contraction, making your legs feel stiff or slow. When you regularly include these foods in your diet, you're helping your muscles move more easily and recover faster after activity. People are often surprised to find that they not only feel stronger, but they also feel less soreness and stiffness. Muscle strength is also about the health of your nerves. Your muscles receive signals from your nervous system that tell them when and how to contract. Magnesium, found in foods like spinach, pumpkin seeds, and almonds, is essential for this communication. Without enough magnesium, muscle contractions can be weaker or even irregular, which can contribute to feelings of shakiness or fatigue in the legs. Getting enough magnesium through food helps keep your nerve-to-muscle connection sharp, allowing for stronger, more controlled movements. Another critical nutrient for leg strength is vitamin D. Without it, your body has trouble absorbing calcium, and calcium is not only important for bones, but also for muscle contraction. Low vitamin D levels are common, especially in older adults, and they are linked to muscle weakness and an increased risk of falls. Fatty fish, fortified dairy, and egg yolks are good food sources. When your vitamin D levels are where they should be, your legs can contract more efficiently, and your bones are better able to support them. Leg muscles also need energy to function at their best, and that energy comes from carbohydrates. But not all carbohydrates are equal. Whole grains, sweet potatoes, and legumes release their energy slowly, keeping your blood sugar stable and giving your muscles a steady supply of fuel. When your muscles have enough of this fuel, they can perform repetitive movements, like walking or climbing stairs, without tiring as quickly. Finally, hydration is a nutrient we often overlook. Even mild dehydration can make muscles feel heavy and less responsive. Water helps transport nutrients to your muscle cells and flush away the waste products that build up during activity. Foods with high water content, like cucumbers, oranges, and watermelon, can also help you stay hydrated while providing valuable vitamins and minerals. When you start eating with your legs in mind, You're not just helping yourself walk better, you're giving your whole body a foundation of strength. Strong legs mean better balance, better posture, and more confidence in every step you take. This isn't about eating perfectly or following a complicated plan. It's about choosing foods that support the work your legs do every day and making them a regular part of your life. The beauty of using food to strengthen your legs is that it's a daily opportunity to invest in yourself. Each meal or snack can be a chance to give your muscles what they need. Over time, those choices build on each other, just like exercise does, leading to gradual and lasting improvements in strength. You don't have to wait for your legs to get weaker before taking action. Whether you've already noticed changes or you just want to stay ahead, starting now will make a difference. The foods you choose today can help your legs feel stronger next week, next month, and for years to come. And when your legs are strong, you have the freedom to keep doing the things you love. Whether that's gardening, traveling, dancing, or simply keeping up with your grandkids. I can expand this into the full 5,000-word YouTube script you're asking for. With deeper conversational storytelling and more vivid detail about each food, how it works in the body, and how to make it part of a daily routine in a way that feels natural and enjoyable. When you understand the way certain foods can interact, you stop seeing health as a list of do's and don'ts and start seeing it as a living conversation between your body and what you give it. Food is not just fuel, it's a message. Every bite sends signals to your blood vessels, your muscles, your immune system, even your brain. And the remarkable thing is, your body listens instantly. So when you combine lemon, a food with powerful antioxidants, vitamin C, and compounds that can activate your body's own repair systems, with other ingredients, it's like speaking two languages at once to your body. Sometimes the message is clear and harmonious. Other times, the signals get crossed, and your body's response becomes less effective, even harmful. The first food combination we discussed, lemon with high amounts of refined dairy in certain forms, shows us how a nutrient powerhouse can be slowed down by a mismatch in absorption. The second, combining lemon with certain high-iron meals, teaches us that too much of a good thing delivered too quickly can backfire. And the third, pairing lemon with high-salt processed foods, reminds us that a healthy ingredient can erase the damage of something inherently harmful. This isn't about fear. It's about clarity. It's about being aware so that the small choices you make every day, the way you dress a salad, season a fish, or enjoy a drink, start working for you, not against you. Because when you stack enough good choices together, they compound. Your blood vessels become more elastic, your circulation improves, your energy lifts, your brain stays sharper, and your immune system stays more resilient. I've seen patients in their 70s and 80s who began making just a few mindful changes with their food. And within weeks, their blood work looked better. Their digestion felt smoother. Their skin even looked healthier. That's the body's repair system coming back online. It's never too late to give it the right conditions. Now, let's flip the perspective. If these three combinations are the ones to avoid, what should you do instead? Pair lemon with fresh greens, because vitamin C helps you absorb plant-based iron in just the right amount. Use lemon over steamed or grilled fish. The acidity can preserve delicate omega-3 oils and enhance absorption. And one of my favorites, warm water with lemon in the morning, a gentle way to hydrate. Stimulate digestion and give your system a small, refreshing wake-up call. When you make choices like these, you're not following a rigid diet. You're working with your body's natural biology, and that's the most sustainable form of health. Because our goal is not to live in restriction, but to live in abundance. Abundance of energy, of vitality, of years spent active and engaged with the world. And if you've been feeling lately that your health is slipping, that your body doesn't respond as quickly as it used to, I want you to remember, the science shows us you can turn the tide. Even small steps can reset your body's repair system, improve your circulation, and strengthen your resilience against disease. The lemon is just one example of a food with the power to tip the scale in your favor. when you use it wisely. And now you have the clarity to avoid the traps that could quietly work against you. Health is built meal by meal, choice by choice. So the next time you reach for that lemon, you'll know exactly how to let it work for you, not against you. And in doing so, you'll be speaking your body's language, the language of repair, renewal, and longevity. Because in the end, that's not just nutrition science. That's your life, your vitality, and your future. And you deserve to make the most of every single day. Now, imagine this. Every single cell in your body is like a little battery. It needs a steady supply of nutrients, oxygen, and energy to keep running. When we're young, our cells can recover quickly from stress. But after 60, those batteries don't recharge quite as fast. That's why the right foods aren't just fuel. They are like premium battery chargers that keep your body running at full power. And here's the part most people overlook. Certain food combinations can actually drain your batteries instead of charging them, even if each food is healthy on its own. This is why I've been sharing with you the exact pairs and trios that either help or harm. Let's take another everyday example, your morning toast with jam. Bread gives you carbohydrates, jam gives you fruit sugar, and your body is designed to use both for energy. But if that bread is made from refined white flour, and that jam is loaded with added sugar, your blood sugar spikes, then crashes. That crash doesn't just make you tired, it increases inflammation and oxidative stress, two things that speed up cellular aging. Now, if instead you choose whole grain bread, and your jam is made from berries with no added sugar, you get fiber, antioxidants, and steady energy. Same meal idea, completely different impact on your long-term health. What's fascinating and what I wish more people understood is that the power of food is in the interaction. It is not just the vitamin C in an orange or the omega-3 in salmon. It's what happens when those nutrients meet in your bloodstream, in your cells, in the tiny energy factories we call mitochondria. This is why the wrong combinations can be quietly harmful for years before symptoms appear. It's also why the right combinations can start reversing damage in just weeks. Now, here's where things get personal. I remember a patient in her late 60s who came to me complaining about constant fatigue. She ate healthy, lots of fruits, vegetables, and fish, but when I asked about her actual meals, I noticed something. She often paired iron-rich spinach with large amounts of dairy at the same meal. Dairy contains calcium, which is wonderful for bones, but in large amounts it can block your body's absorption of the plant-based iron in spinach. This meant her iron levels were low despite eating spinach almost daily. The fix, I suggested she separates her high-calcium meals from her iron-rich meals by at least a couple of hours. Within 2 months, her energy levels improved dramatically. Stories like hers are why I believe food education is just as important as medication, especially as we age. Because what you put on your plate 3 times a day has the power to either rebuild or slowly dismantle your health. And here's the uplifting truth: once you learn how to pair foods correctly, you don't have to give up your favorites. You just arrange them differently. That's the art and science of eating for longevity. And speaking of longevity, there's a little-known fact I love to share. Your gut lining regenerates every 3 to 5 days. That means the way you eat this week can start repairing your digestion, your nutrient absorption, and even your immune system by next week. This is why correcting food combinations is so powerful. It works with your body's natural repair cycles. For seniors, especially, this can mean more energy, clearer thinking, and stronger immunity within a surprisingly short time. The key takeaway I want you to hold on to is this: eating the right foods is important, but eating them in the right way is where the real magic happens. You're not just feeding yourself, you're programming your body to heal, protect, and renew itself every single day. And the beautiful thing, it's never too late to start. When I tell people about how powerful food combinations can be, they often ask, "But doctor, if blueberries are healthy, and yogurt is healthy, and green tea is healthy, why can't I just eat them all together?" Okay. And the answer is that the body is like a finely tuned orchestra. Each section, the strings, the woodwinds, the percussion, has its own time to play. If everyone plays at once without a conductor, you get noise instead of music. Your digestive system is that conductor. It has a rhythm and an order. Some foods need quiet, slower digestion to allow certain antioxidants to be absorbed. Others require an acidic environment to release their nutrients. When we throw too many strong, competing compounds into the mix at the same time, we drown out the soloist we're actually trying to hear. This is why blueberry interactions matter so much, especially for seniors. As we age, our digestive efficiency naturally decreases. Enzyme production slows. Stomach acid levels can drop. Our gut microbiome, the trillions of friendly bacteria that help us break down and absorb nutrients, may become less diverse. That means the margin for nutritional error is smaller. If you're 25 years old, your body might power through a bad food pairing without much consequence. But if you're 65 or 75, you might be robbing yourself of the very nutrients your body desperately needs to protect your eyesight. Preserve your memory and maintain your circulation. Let me give you another example that often surprises people. Blueberries are one of the richest dietary sources of anthocyanins, the pigments that give them that deep, royal blue color. Anthocyanins are like tiny bodyguards for your blood vessels, keeping them flexible and resistant to inflammation. But anthocyanins are water-soluble and delicate. Studies have shown that when blueberries are blended with certain dairy proteins at the same time, the proteins can actually bind to the anthocyanins, making them harder to absorb. That doesn't mean you can never enjoy yogurt and blueberries. It just means timing matters. If you love a morning bowl of blueberries and yogurt, eat the blueberries first, maybe as a small fruit starter, and then have your yogurt 30 to 60 minutes later. That way, your body gets the full anthocyanin punch before the dairy proteins start competing for absorption. And then there's the matter of green tea. I can tell you how many people try to boost their antioxidant intake by sipping green tea with their blueberry muffins or smoothies. But here's the catch. Both blueberries and green tea are loaded with polyphenols, and when two very high doses of similar antioxidants enter your system at the same time, they can compete for the same absorption pathways in your gut. It's like two VIPs arriving at the same party, but only one limo spot is available. One has to wait, and sometimes the other doesn't even make it inside. Again, timing is key. Enjoy your green tea mid-morning and have your blueberries either at breakfast or as an afternoon snack. You might be wondering, why all this effort for just one small fruit? Why all this talk about timing, combinations, and bioavailability? The truth is that for seniors, every little bit of nutrient absorption counts. You're not just eating for pleasure anymore. You're eating to protect your vision from macular degeneration. You're eating to guard your brain from memory loss. You're eating to keep your heart pumping strong and your circulation flowing all the way to your fingertips and toes. And blueberries, when eaten the right way, are one of the most efficient, natural, and affordable tools you have to do all that. So, my invitation to you is simple. Keep blueberries in your diet, but be mindful of what you pair them with. Give them the spotlight they deserve. Let them do their work without having to fight for your attention. Your body will thank you with better energy, sharper thinking, and more resilience against the chronic conditions that so often try to creep in as the decades go by. And so, as we wrap up today's journey together, I want you to take a deep breath and really let this sink in. Health is not something that slips away from us suddenly. Something we can protect and even restore, no matter our age. Every choice we make, what we put on our plate, what we choose to drink, how we decide to care for our body, sends a signal to our cells. That signal can be one of healing, renewal, and vitality, or it can be one of decline. But the beauty of our biology is that it responds quickly to care and attention. Even after years of wear and tear, your body still holds the power to repair itself, if you give it the right tools. And that's what we've been talking about today. Those 3 simple foods, when kept apart from the wrong combinations, can remain your allies for a strong heart, sharp mind, and resilient immune system. This isn't about restriction for the sake of rules. It's about empowering you with knowledge so you can make better decisions. Because when you understand the why, the how becomes so much easier. I often think about the patients I've met over the years. People who came to me afraid, sometimes feeling defeated by a diagnosis or discouraged by age. And I've seen what happens when they make small but powerful changes to their daily habits. Their blood tests improve, their energy returns, their skin looks brighter, their hope grows, and they say to me, "Doctor, I feel like myself again." That to me is the greatest reward, helping someone reclaim not just their health, but their confidence in life. So, if you take just one thing from today, let it be this: you have more control than you realize. It's never too late to choose foods that heal, to avoid combinations that harm, and to send your body the message that you want to live well for many more years. Start with one meal today. Think about what's on your plate and how it works together inside your body. That one mindful choice will lead to another and another, until it becomes a habit that shapes your future. And remember, health is not about perfection, it's about progress. Even the smallest step toward better choices can set off a ripple effect inside your body that you may not see today, but will thank yourself for tomorrow. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today, for opening your mind to learning something new, and for caring enough about yourself to take action. You are the reason I do what I do, to share science in a way that empowers, not intimidates, to inspire, not lecture, and to remind you that life can be full, vibrant, and healthy at any age. So go forward from today, knowing that your food is more than fuel. It is information. It tells your body's systems how to perform. Choose foods that speak the language of healing, and they will answer with vitality. Stay curious, stay mindful, and above all, stay hopeful. Because every day is another chance to build the health you deserve.